are you?
Hello, Coach Bitsy. Good morning po. Kumusta? Kumusta?
Okay naman po. Kayo din po, kamusta?
I'm good as well. Thank you so much po for asking that.
I'm so excited talaga, Kurt. This is also one of the topic talaga na gustong-gusto ko ma-deep dive pa kasi ito din yung work ko ngayon. And so, before I'm going to ask about that, can I ask you to introduce yourself para sa audience natin ngayon?
Yeah, no. Okay, so thank you so much, no, Miss Bitsy, for your time as well to everyone who's listening right now and also for the future people who's going to watch this video. My name is Kurt Roldan and I've been in this industry for 15 years now. I started way back 2011 as a freelancer and now I have my agency na po. So SEO agency, yan yung main service namin dito sa company. But yeah, I was a nursing graduate before, but honestly, I don't have any opportunity to continue being a nurse. So that's why po, before I graduated, I looked for a way on how to make money online. I started way back Odesk, if anyone familiar with Odesk here. Now, okay, andun po kayo. Now it's Upwork, right? And it started from there. The goal is to, walang goal pala kasi money lang yung goal ko that time eh. Kasi imagine, I started from nothing talaga. So, a college student and then wala akong natitirang baon every day. So, enough lang for pamasahe. But the goal is may pang-date lang that time in college. Ayun, I have a friend as well. He said, punta ka lang sa Odesk and register ka. And that's it. I applied every single day for 1 month but no one responded to my application. And then I asked him again, what did you do? He said, create a resume. So from there, I created a resume. Nag-apply uli ako every day for 2 weeks. And suddenly, someone responded to my application. And I said to her, ang goal ko lang is matuto ng SEO. But the good thing, she provided me $1 per hour, 10 hours a week. So meron akong $10 a week, $40 a month. So malaking pera na yun sa akin. So it started from there, no? And then it improved to $2, $3, 20 hours a week, 30 hanggang sa naging full-time. And from having 1 client to 2 clients, 3 clients. And that's why I built my agency kasi I can't handle doing work for my clients that time. It started from there and I spent a lot of money buying training, courses. I still remember nung bumili ako ng course online way back 2012. Napakahirap kasi walang mga support like this. Walang webinar, walang support talaga na you can chat them on DMs. But before 30,000 course sa international pa, if you ask a question, nagre-reply sila sa email pa once a month. Napakahirap dati. At ngayon, andito na yung community ni Ma'am Bitsy, no? So, he's doing a lot of learning and knowledge for everyone, for you guys. So, we need to learn from this. We need to apply this talaga. This is very important din po.
Nice. So, ang tagal mo na pala talaga sa SEO, sir?
Yes, yun lang talaga yung alam kong trabaho. Hindi na ngayon kasi marami na kaming services. So, hindi ako nag-start as a general VA or data entry specialist. Diretso talaga sa SEO. Paano mo siya ma-learn? Hindi sa papapanood ng video, but sa pag-apply nito. Doon mo makikita if nag-work. Hindi siya kagaya sa social media marketing, sa data entry na pag nagawa mo yung graphics na yon, that's it. Or if you finish the data entry copy-pasting job, tapos na. Itong SEO is different siya kasi aside from doing the deliverables, you still need to make sure that you provide results to your clients. Kasi if hindi, let's say second month, third month, hindi na siya magre-renew. So, ganon.
Exactly. That's nice. May I know, sir, ano kaya yung i-expect dapat ng mga audience natin ngayon?
A lot, no? For me, this is like a coaching kasi may mga manonood dito na merong knowledge sa SEO, merong manonood na walang knowledge sa SEO, merong interested matuto sa SEO. So, if you're that person, na you can learn pricing yourself in SEO, you know how to get clients, you will know the basic of SEO and apply this to your clients as well. So, this is very practical Q&A session, but this is very valuable and I want you guys to apply this as well.
Yeah, okay. So, can we start na about the SEO talaga?
Let's go! I'm excited!
This is my question talaga. And this is also some of the questions na nakikita ko sa mga forums, no, na ano ba talaga yung SEO and why business owners are really into SEO? Ano ba yung impact na pwede niyang madala sa business pag i-apply siya ng mga business owners sa kanilang website, even sa social media nila and all?
Alright, in layman's term, SEO is search engine optimization. Bali, this is a process of improving your website on Google, and then once it improves, you can generate traffic, you can generate results sa website ng mga clients or your website na ginagawan mo ng SEO. In short, no, sa mga baguhan lang, if you type something on Google, di ba, hindi ka na pumupunta sa page 2, page 3, page 4. So yung result sa first page, they are relevant, they are trusted, at yun lang talaga yung mga ikiklik natin, di ba? So, andun ka sa pinakataas, maraming makiklik sa'yo. Ayun, so the goal is to increase visibility, traffic, and trust, or leads, phone calls, and sales. Depende sa client mo. If your client, they are local business, yung goal is to improve the calls or phone calls. If the client is a lead generation, the goal is to improve leads, sign-ups, ganon. That's the basic of SEO. But there are a lot of process and ways how you can go there. Yan yung pag-usapan din natin ngayon.
Yes, okay. Pero if someone would want to be an SEO and they really don't have any knowledge knowledge when it comes to that? Like, let's say, they just only know na pag maging SEO ka, yung goal mo, mag-rank sa Google yung website ng client. Pero they don't have any idea kung paano siya gawin or whatsoever. Ano yung siguro dapat nila unang matutunan in order for them to start doing an SEO work for their client?
You need to start from the basic talaga. You need to understand what is SEO, what is the use of SEO, what's the process of SEO, yung mga basic, no? Like for example, how to do keyword research, how to do on-page SEO, like optimizing the title tags, meta tags, description, creating content, technical SEO, or yung off-page, and yung link buildings, getting links from other website to your website, technical audits like site speed, mobile responsiveness, indexing as well, and minomonitor din natin yung ranking ng isang website, no? Like you started today, and then you will compare the ranking after a month, no? So you need to know how to monitor the ranking as well. Kasi if you don't have this data or information, if the client asks you during the second month, wala kang ma-provide. So maisip yan ng client mo na, oh, this person is not reliable kasi hindi niya pino-compare yung before and after.
Usually, every month ka ba magbibigay ng report kay client or quarter?
As a freelancer, yung client mo, palagi kang nag-check ng DMs, di ba? Communication is the key. Tapos, anytime sila pag nag-ask ng reporting, ibigay mo kasi that's what they ask. No? But agency na kasi kami, so we notify the client that every report, mabibigay namin siya every month, once a month only. Like at the end of the month or at the end of the billing cycle, doon namin isi-send yung report. But merong but doon kasi we also created a dashboard and also the deliverables dashboard where they can check everything. So bale, hindi na sila magtatanong sa amin na, hey Kirk, what's the report? Where's the report? Every time, if they want to see the update or the report, they can go there. Like every day, titingnan nila doon. Kasi makikita mo doon kung ano yung mga natatapos na namin ginawa, no? And also report. And then yung reporting namin, connected siya sa Looker Studio. So yung Looker Studio na yon connected sa Google Analytics, Google Search Console, tapos sa ibang mga tools pa. So, i-check na lang namin yung date. So, for example, I want to see the ranking for July 1 to July 20. Makikita namin doon. So, sort na lang namin siya. So, it's automated, no? But every end of the month then, sinasummarize namin yung link. So, yung link lang yung bibigay namin sa kanila every time we have a new client. Isang link and then they will check the report there and it's automatically update.
Oh, so marami talagang mga tasks na involved when it comes to SEO, no? As what you have mentioned. And sa totoo lang, I already have a knowledge sa SEO. Pero sa mga na-mention mo, like parang merong mga words doon na hindi ako masyadong familiar na I feel like it's very technical. Can you elaborate more kung saan doon yung pinaka mas challenging and need nila matutunan?
Okay, so on-page SEO, for me, madali lang siya. Kasi you are optimizing the meta tags, title tags, description, link building as well, outreach, research, content. For me, content kasi honestly, hindi ako magaling sa content until now. So ngayon may ChatGPT na kaya pa ako nagiging magaling. Kasi if you know the process or the concept of creating content using ChatGPT, then you can follow that. So for me, walang mahirap, wala talagang nakaka-challenge doon. But ito yung but kasi depende siya sa problem ng isang website, no? So let's say you already know the on-page, technical SEO, off-page, or even content, the basic or even advanced, no? But if meron ka na i-encounter talaga na problem sa isang website na hindi ka familiar, doon ka na challenge to fix that issue, no? Like, oh my God, ngayon ko lang to na-encounter na problem. And then you have a guide naman, no? Like sometimes there are issues like for example in Google Search Console, makikita mo doon kung anong problema, pa-follow mo lang naman yun. You have ChatGPT naman sometimes na nakakapag-provide ng answer or Google, no? Or someone na may meron kang mentor, they can also help. So ayun, sa issue talaga ng isang website, magdedepende siya. Or if the website meron siyang 1,000 pages, may problem sa 20 pages or 100 pages yung issue, parang challenge talaga siya to fix it. Yun
Para
po.
sa'yo, is it more challenging to handle mga e-commerce website kesa sa mga blog na website or just the same?
Okay, for me, mas challenge yung e-commerce. Why? Because e-commerce, marami siyang product compared sa mga blog. Yes, if you have multiple blogs or thousands of blogs as well, but madali lang kasi i-optimize yung mga blog eh. And we also specialize with e-commerce. Saan ko pa sasabihin yung mahirap? Kasi we have a lot of issues na kasi before that we already encountered and we know how to fix that. So, hindi ko na siya alam kung paano ko siya explain yung mahirap i-compare sa basic. But yeah, before I was there, no? So for me, mas mahirap yung e-commerce.
Nice. Gusto ko yung sinabi mo na, ngayon parang nahihirapan ako i-determine saan yung hard. But anyways, I really love all of the information na nabigay mo na, Kurt. But I would like to ask, atong mga ginagawa mo ngayon, is there a specific tool ba or software na ginagamit nyo in order for you to help para maka-work kay client, makabigay ng magandang report and all?
We have tools. So, sa mga newbie or beginners or kakasimula lang ng SEO, huwag kayong bibili ng mga tools, guys, kasi makakaltas siya sa salary mo, di ba? So you need to ask these tools to your clients, no? Kasi if you're a freelancer, i-ask mo talaga yan sa mga clients mo. But if you're an agency, that's the time for you to buy these tools. Kasi para yung mga client, hindi na nila iisipin yon kasi binabayaran ka nila in advance. Okay, so maraming tools na ginagamit namin like Google Search Console. That's a free tool na pwede mong gamitin to monitor the site performance. Meron ding Google Analytics, no? To check the traffic tracking. Machi-check mo doon. Yung isang tool na ginagamit namin which is Ahrefs. You can check a lot of information there like the keywords, the backlink analysis, the competitors, and also you can track more keywords as well. If nagka-issue naman, we use Screaming Frog. So it's helpful for technical SEO and also checking the issues. For local SEO, we use Localo to check the Google Maps ranking or Local Dominator din. Yung tool na yon yung recommended ko for local SEO or GMB. Surfer SEO for content creation, no? But if you know how to create SEO optimized content, you don't really need the Surfer SEO tool. Maraming tool but you don't need the other tools na kasi if you invest a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush, same function, same features lang sila. Marami na silang features na you can use it for the other functionalities na hinahanap mo sa ibang tools. So yun na lang kasi para isahan na hindi ka na bibili ng for keyword research itong tool, for link building itong tool, for content creation itong tool kasi yung SEMrush din, they can also help you creating content.
Oh, nice. Love that. Kirk, this is a personal question dahil pinapawork din ako ng SEO sa company ko ngayon. I would like to ask, is there a better way on how you are going to do backlinking? Ako yung ginagawa ko, mag-reach out talaga ako sa mga related na mga websites if they can also link me yung mga ganun. Meron bang easier or faster way on how to do that?
Actually, what you're doing is good eh. That's the most, for me, working strategy, outreaching. But it takes time, no? But it's relevant. Kasi even if you get one link sa success mo for outreaching, if you compare to a site having thousands of backlinks and then hindi naman siya quality, then what's the point, no? So I will still choose the one link but it has a good traffic, it has a good domain authority or domain rating, the backlink history is good, then mas papaboran siya ni Google. Mas mag-rank ka compare sa isang website na maraming spam links, no? So yeah, maraming updates si Google when it comes to link building and they don't like sites na like spammy website. They do an ethical way to get links. Like before, no, 2011, I used multiple tools before to get links like SENuke. We also use GSA Ranker. Marami akong tool to automate the link building, but it's not good. Why? Kasi you do the automation and you can't control where you're placing links. Let's say if in just 10 minutes, you can get thousands of links. So that time, gumawa si Google ng way to track these people doing unethical way in SEO. No, kaya siya gumawa ng updates, Penguin and Panda updates to monitor these people doing unethical way. Strategies for link building, sine-check namin kung anong link yung pwede namin ilagay sa website na to. So, check namin muna yung website using Ahrefs or SEMrush or kung anong tool. Check namin kung ano ba yung backlinks na meron siya dito. Let's say, if the website is pretty brand new, like walang links before, yung gagawin namin is to do foundational links. So, yung foundational links na yon, meaning that is foundation. Hindi siya pwedeng mawala. So, ano ba yung mga links na yon? Like links coming from social network site or mga social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Kasi gusto yan ni Google na meron tayong ganon na mga sites. So, foundation links. Ginagawa din namin yung mga press releases, no, to let people know that we have a new business. So, pinipress release namin siya. We have a list of networks or partners where we can place press releases. Hindi muna namin siya gine-guest post at first. Yung brand new yung website or fresh yung website, hindi pwede yun kasi magtataka si Google na dire-diretso nag-guest post ka, di ba? So, wala kang foundation links and then bago lang yung site mo, walang nangyayari and then you paid for a link which is $300 and then yung DR napakataas tapos yung traffic merong 100,000. Magtataka si Google, no? So, follow ka muna foundation link, press releases. Kasi depende yan. If the website is focused locally, yung ginagawa namin for local, we added local link building like outreaching to local businesses as well. Or like this is a website, maganda naman yung traffic, we also place a GMB or maps information there. Depende kasi siya if local or non-local, iba-iba yung strategy namin ginagawa doon. Or once it's already enough time, like after a month, doon na kami nag-a-add ng links coming from guest posting. Yun na yung mga outreaching. Nag-outreach kami. Meron din kami niche edits. So, bali yung niche edits yan, yung mga website, may authority na talaga siya, merong traffic, and then we outreach the website owner and ask us to place a link sa blog na yun. Kasi they are already authority, they have a good traffic. Once we place a link there, it can also boost the authority of the website. So, ayun, maraming mga link building but hindi na namin ginagamit yung mga unethical way, no? Like using automated tools, no? Sometimes we do a tier 2 link, tier 2. Bale, tier 2 is to boost the tier 1. If you have a link coming from guest post, outreach, binuboost din namin siya ng tier 2. So, yung tier Tier 2, connect namin sa Tier 1, then yung Tier 1 connected to MoneySite or the client website.
That's nice.
Oo.
I'm so overwhelmed sa mga sinasabi ng mga softwares na hindi ko pa familiar. But nagigets ko yung ano mo na dapat parang mag-start ka talaga sa foundation before you are going to do a lot of backlinking or what we call guest linking natin yung mga ganun. Yeah, I'm so happy to know that, Kirk, because very challenging for me because the client really wants result ba agad-agad, diba? And SEO, like it will really take time to see the result.
Yeah, that's true, no? So if the client don't understand the value of SEO or if they don't understand how long that would take, our rule as a freelancer or a specialist, like during the negotiation or doing a discovery call with your clients, guys, binibigyan natin siya ng guide para din maalam niya yung expectation, you have a clarity kailan ka magre-result. Kasi if tatanggapin lang natin yung trabaho na yon, yeah, it's a good thing for you kasi meron ka ng job. But then again, after a month, naghingi siya sa'yo ng result, wala kang mapakita, then nag-end din yung project nyo. Depende kasi yan, no? Depende din kasi yan sa website. So we cannot say, this will take 1 month, this will take 2 months. So usually the results start from 3 months to 6 months. Start lang yun, ha? Hindi ibig sabihin na after 3 months, nag-rank 1 ka na. Hindi. That's the starting point of the website. So for example, the website is pretty brand new, no? Tapos nag-expect siya in 3 months, so hindi possible yun. Mas safe na sabihin mo, it could start to see the improvement 3 to 6 months. Depende pa yan sa website niya. Let's say for example, yung website pretty bago lang talaga siya, so mas matagal, no? So if the website nag-rank na siya, that's also a good sign kasi nag-i-improve na siya, tapos andun ka pa, so mas madali siyang mag-rank, no? Pero nga kaming client, no, na 3 months kaming nagtrabaho sa kanya and then he asked for result, tapos we already agreed before na number 1, SEO is not guarantee. Now, never kami nagpa-promise na mag-rank ka in 3 months or never kaming magsasabi na mag-rank ka in the first page of Google. Even the experts like doing SEO for 20 years or yung mga magagaling talaga or even Google, even i-ask mo si Google or yung mga staff sa Google, yung algorithm lang talaga yung makakaalam nito kung kailan ka mag-rank. Walang guarantee siya. So ikaw, guys, sa mga kinig dito, huwag yung sabihin na it could take 3 months guarantee. Kasi for me, it's too good to be true or refundable or until ka mag-rank, mga ganon.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi sometimes mga freelancers, we tend to over-promise pero hindi talaga nangyayari yung ganon, diba?
Yes.
Yan yung reason na nawawala yung project. So, much better sabihin mo, magsa-start gumalaw ang numbers sa search engine natin. Mga around 3 to 6 months start pa lang yan. Hindi talaga yan full-blown na nasa page 1. Yung gano'n. I want to ask for those people na who want to start doing SEO, ano yung mga skills talaga na need nila i-hone in order for them to start?
If you're interested to do SEO, pwede kang magsimula sa basic SEO knowledge, like what I've said earlier. Pwede kang mag-SEO specialist, no? Content SEO writer, local SEO expert, link builder, focus ka sa technical SEO, focus ka sa SEO account manager or project manager. So, depende yan. Now, if knowledgeable ka sa content, I suggest magiging content SEO writer. Pwede kang diretso doon. Or if you're techie na person, no? Like you do programming or meron ka ng knowledge talaga sa digital marketing world, mas easy lang sa'yo yung SEO. I suggest diretso ka sa technical SEO kasi once na nalaman mo yan, mas magugustuhan mo din. Or meron din SEO VA. Yung SEO VA na yon, pwede ka din doon magsimula kasi SEO virtual assistant yon, like nagtatrabaho lang ako to do that SEO. Walang guarantee na knowledgeable ako sa SEO. Basic knowledge lang or wala akong idea sa SEO pa, tuturuan mo ako, no? It's okay kasi SEO VA pa yon. And then walang guarantee sa ranking. Even 6 months, even 1 year, even 2 years, walang guarantee kasi sila naman yung nagbibigay ng task sa'yo. Like gawin mo to, follow mo lang to, mga ganyan. So pwede as a beginner, magsimula kayo sa SEO virtual assistant. From SEO VA to SEO specialist, magaling ka na, dyan ka mag-jump to SEO project manager, tapos SEO account manager if you want to improve your skills or if you want to improve the rules and also obligation. Yun. Or if gusto mo naman link building, yung pinag-usapan namin kanina ni Miss Britzy, pwede ka din mag-focus doon. Kasi madali lang gawin yun. Ito, may mga kakilala, may mga friends ako kumikita ng 6 figures, 7 figures a month without hiring multiple people. Like, 2 lang sila or 3 lang. Yung link building kasi, no need yan ng iba't ibang tao. Kasi pwede naman siya, ikaw lang mag-isa muna at first, nagre-research ka ng mga site, no? Tapos, i-collect mo siya, i-outreach mo sila. And then, once na nag-yes na yung site, usually kasi mga sites nga nagpapabayad sila for a publication, like $50, depende gaano kaganda yung metrics ng isang website. So, i-outreach mo yung mga site na yon, tapos ilalagay mo yung mga presyo or kung libre, mas maganda. Now, once you have the client now, i-outreach mo ulit yung mga sites na yon o offeran siya ng publication. So, for example, yung site cost is $50, no? Pwede mo siyang ibenta sa client mo, sa prospect mo ng $250. So, kumita ka na. And a good thing is, wala ka ding pinapromise na guarantee kasi links lang yung pinapromise mo. And kumikita ka without doing the heavy lifting kasi sila yung nag-place ng links doon. And it's a sure win din. Nagkaka-result talaga yung mga site na nagbabayad ng links, lalo na pag maganda yung metrics. Tips ko sa inyo, yung link builder, if you want to specialize with that. Maganda kasi yung specialization. Why? Kasi nakikita ng mga prospect or clients that you are an expert kasi nag-specialize ka na eh. If like merong thousands of nag-SEO sa Pilipinas ngayon, paano ka maging unique sa kanila? One, focus ka sa specific industry like lawyer, and then focus ka sa specific na field like link builder. Link builder for lawyers, mga ganon.
Maganda yan, maganda yan. So, andito na tayo sa mga income, money about SEO. Can you say the range, maybe income range ng mga SEO specialists?
Yes, mayroong dalawa, no? One is hourly, second is retainer. Depende yan sa'yo. So, depende din kasi yan sa freelancing site, no? For example, nasa freelancing site ka, Upwork, mura lang yung $10 to $30. Yan yung beginner level sa SEO. Mid-level experience, may knowledge ka na, medium or mid-level, nasa $30 to $50 yun. Kung advanced naman, nasa 50 and above. $50 to $150 per hour yun, guys, ha? Per hour yun. Now, kung dito naman tayo sa online jobs, no, mas mababa ng konti. Kasi sa Upwork, maraming mayayaman doon ng mga clients eh. Pag retainer naman, depende kung ano yung package na binibenta mo. I-check mo kasi yan, gaano kalaki yung website. If the website meron siyang 100 pages compared to 20 pages or 30 pages, so nagmamatter din yon. Nagmamatter din kung anong problem ng isang website, no? Kasi i-check din namin yan sa website. Ito pala, nakalimutan ko sabihin kanina, like yung sa link building din, i-check mo yun if the website meron siyang issue, no? So if for link building, like meron siyang mga spam website, i-remove mo pa yon. So yan din, nagmamatter din yan sa rate. For a package or a monthly retainer, nagkakahalaga yan from $500 to $10,000. Ganon nag-range every month. Ganito na tip ko na sa inyo, guys. That's why you need to target may mga budget din. Kasi if i-compare mo yung may mga budget sa walang budget, para sa kanila yung SEO mo sa walang budget na walang knowledge sa SEO, napakamahal yun. Punta ka na lang dun sa may mga budget, they already value your work and then they can spend like even $10,000 per month for SEO. Focusan mo din yung may mga budget din na industry. No, kasi may mga industry din na they cannot afford to buy services eh. Or yung mga startup. Wag yung mga startup kasi sometimes hindi nila nabavalue yung service mo, even napakaganda, no? So, isang industry maganda ngayon, SaaS, SaaS, yung mga tools na ginagamit natin like Zoom, Slack, yung mga tech industry, or iGaming, yung mga sugal, oo, pwede din yon. Or yung mga adult SEO din. Kasi, napakahirap ng mga industry na yon. Kasi ayaw yan ni Google. Like, even sa Facebook, if Facebook ads, diba, i-ads natin sila, napakahirap yon. So, meron pa, CBD oils, no? Sa like, for example, marijuana. Sa Canada, legal yung mga ganong industry. So, pwede. But you need to research talaga saan yung focusan mo. For example, you are a dentist, no? Right now, and then gusto mong mag-SEO. Focus ka sa dentist na niche kasi yan yung gusto mong field eh, di ba? At the same time, madali ka lang kukuha ng client kasi you are familiar with the industry as well. Pwede kang maggawa ng website na i-conceptualize mo din sa dentist, ganon. Before ka papasok doing SEO, you need to research, number one, your industry. Ano bang industry yung focusan ko? Yung target market ko, target audience, saan ba sila pumupunta? It's either social media or online jobs or LinkedIn. I-check mo yon. Budget din nila, no? And then, anong age yung target market ko? Are they 30 and above, 40? Are they CEO or vice president, no? President. You need to understand that first before you do SEO diretso. May mga iba kasi apps, sinabi ni Sir Kirk, itong mga rates na to, mga ganyan. Okay, mag-register ako sa Upwork. You need to understand your market first.
You already mentioned earlier na for this Upwork, do you have any other platforms pa ba where you get your clients from?
Yes, guys. Before, I started in Odesk, and after that, nasuspend yung account ko before. Wala na ako doon. Tapos, gumawa ako sa online jobs ng account pero hindi nakakuha ng clients dati, way back 2012. That's why I stopped using freelancing platform to get clients. Kasi I noticed, pwede ka naman pala kukuha ng client outside those platforms. Kasi you can be your own CEO. Even you're a freelancer, you can decide about your rates, you can decide your process and the rates or even the fees cycle outside. So, paano ba, no? So, you need to build your personal brand. That's number one of my suggestion. If lalabas ka na sa mga freelancing platform, kasi paano ka nila makikilala. So, that's why sa lahat ng videos ko, nag-orange talaga ako. Wherever I go sa mga conferences, even in my speak at Vietnam SEO Con, Bali SEO Con, I'm always wearing orange kasi malayo pa yung mga friends ko, mga foreigner, nakikita na, oh, andun si Kirk ko. So that's why I build my personal brand online. So like yung ginagawa nyo ngayon, Coach, you have a page, no? Facebook profile natin or even page, LinkedIn, Instagram, it's a money-making machine. Dapat yan yung i-optimize natin to get clients. Bio, ganon, no? Yung font, color combination. Mo dapat professional talaga yung profile picture mo. Tapos gawa ka ng cover photo. Tapos consistent ka na nagpo-post related sa SEO, like what you're doing, Coach, right now. Posting content, personal life, knowledge, meme, transformation. It's a mix of content na dapat mong i-publish. And then, once na-optimize na yung personal branding, Second is, doon ka pwedeng mag-outreach. No? Outreach ka sa mga friends mo sa Facebook, mga prospect mong Amerikano. Join ka sa mga groups na anong related sa industry mo. Like, that's why yung kanina, sinabi ko, focus ka sa isang niche. So, punta ka sa law firm conference sa Facebook group. Join ka doon, makikita mo yung mga CEO. Outreach mo yun. Iba na dito yung way mo to get client kasi sa freelancing platform, may mga job nagpo-post. Dito, walang job na nagpo-post. Bali, outreach mo sila, check mo, hey, I seen your website, they are not producing any traffic. How about we can schedule a call? I will give you a free consultation. Paano natin siya i-fix? And don't worry, it's a free consultation. Ganon yung ginagawa namin sa message. Every day we send, depende sa platform, sa Facebook, kung makapag-send kami 50 kasi hindi din nila inaalaw, like 40, sometimes 50, may mga 10 yung nagre-reply. So it's a lot of opportunity using the social media platform. It will work. Tapos, produce ka content. I suggest every day, if you can do that 3 to 4 times a day, magpo-provide na tayo ng content kasi para yung mga taong na-outreach natin, makikita nila yung profile mo na optimized, tapos makikita nila na knowledgeable ka pala sa industry na to kasi yun yung ginagawa mo eh. Medyo may obligation ka dito but this is a long-term game eh, di ba? So this is a backup for freelancing sites, no? So yun, tapos referral, matagal pa yung referral kasi kung wala kang client, matagal ka pa magkakaroon ng referrals. Kasi you need to have case study testimonial sa previous client mo tapos i-refer ka niya sa iba. Or you can talk to a web design agency tapos bale ano kayo, ex-deal if they have an SEO service, ikaw yung i-refer or pag meron kang web design service or meron kang web design clients, sa kanila mo ibabato. So bale give and take. Ayun. So by the way, marami akong training that coach on how to get clients. So okay lang ba coach mag-plug dito about sa community ko?
Sure.
Sige, kasi guys, andun yung mga updates sa community ko how to generate from 5 figures to 6 figures a month sa mga clients mo. Pwede punta lang kayo sa School of Profits.Academy. It's a free community where you can learn SEO, e-commerce, international dropshipping, or magsa-start ka ng VA or freelancing career. Punta ka doon, libre yung community na yon, and then we are teaching a lot of people din doon. It's a new community and I'm adding content every week.
Don't worry guys, because I'm gonna give all of the link na pwede nyo makita or makommunicate si Kirk. Meron ka bang Facebook page, right, Kirk?
Search nyo lang ako guys, the orange guy. The orange guy.
Yeah, the orange guy. Yeah, I like your branding na orange. Like, makakakuha talaga siya ng attention ba? Madali mo na malalaman, oh yeah, si Kirk, yeah. Yung ganun. Right now, I want to ask, para sa mga aspiring mga SEO ba, do you think it would be easy for them to learn SEO? Hindi ba siya mas complicated na i-learn?
For me, learning SEO is easy. But at first, before, napakahirap kasi walang mga nagtuturo. But now, madali na lang siya kasi merong mga taong nagtuturo talaga sa SEO from basic to advanced. No? You need to have someone who's guiding you sa process na to. Kasi meron din ako mga kaibigan before na tinuruan ko how to do SEO and they stop. I don't know what's the problem. Nilagay ko pa doon paano ko nagsimula, start to basic, tapos pinakita ko pa yung mga kinikita para to brag, to motivate them to do SEO din, no? Ayun, maganda kasi yung mga training videos pag meron kang ganon or someone na nagtuturo sa'yo para hindi ka na mag-fail, no? Kasi na-fail na ako. So ngayon, hindi ka na mag-fail sa mga ganitong part kasi hindi yun ituturo sa'yo yung mga failures or non-working strategies. So have someone na they are doing this for a long time now, so mag-work din yung strategy mo.
Yeah.
But learning SEO is basic. Learning SEO is basic lang, work around naman, tapos it could take months as well of learning. But kung meron ng mga videos doon, papanoorin mo na lang talaga, andun na eh. Andun na kasi talaga. Siguro for me, mas mahirap pa yung graphic design, video editing, tsaka GHL na ko, yung GHL. Hindi ko talaga natutugma pa. Nahihirapan ako sa GHL, nahihirapan ako sa web design, no? But SEO, madali lang siya, honestly, guys.
Nice. So, kayo dyan, mga aspiring SEO, I would say we have to try to learn SEO together. Kasi ako, personally, I also really want to deep dive more sa SEO. Hindi lang siya maganda for just the website, but also implementing it to other aspects sa digital marketing then. I think it would really help a lot sa businesses ng mga i-serve natin na clients, right? So,
Totoo.
Yeah. Do you have any pieces of advice para sa mga aspiring SEO specialists natin?
Yes, I have, no? So, do it now, no? Start today. Huwag na natin hintayin na I need to buy i3 computer or i7 before we start doing the SEO. Huwag na natin hintayin na bibili ka pa ng course before you start doing that, no? For me kasi yung pinaka-importante is doing it now and also make it fast.
Yeah.
So, ganun. But if we have a strategy right now, ginagawa namin siya, and then if hindi siya nag-work, change namin siya kasi you have a room for improvement. And then we do it fast. Kasi if you're not doing well with that, no, you can change that strategy as soon as possible. So, even if we failed ka all that time, that's that's okay kasi you're improving eh, di ba?
Yeah.
And then, you need to start practice talaga. So, sa SEO, merong mga practice point, no? So, for example, ngayon, if wala ka pang client, pwede ka naman bibili ng isang domain. Bibilhan mo ng domain, bibili ka ng hosting. Siguro yung investment mo dyan is 1,000 peso. Okay na yun, no? Pwede mo na siyang i-test how to optimize the title tag, how to do this, how to do that. So, meron ka mapapractice. Sa, let's say, if I provide you a free course sa SEO, meron ka ng site para ma-practice mo yun. And do it consistently. If you don't have clients right now, apply ka lang sa mga job sites and then huwag ka lang mag-focus doon. Build mo din yung profile mo outside, no? Kasi mas malaki pa talaga to kaysa sa mag-focus tayo sa freelancing sites, no? I'm not saying na pangit yung freelancing site kasi doon din naman talaga ako nagsimula. But imagine if wala kang client na nakukuha doon, paano mangyayari? Wala ka din client, di ba? So don't stop from there. Maraming opportunity na makukuha mong client sa SEO. You need to open, you need to outreach them. Like for today, invest ka ng time, mag-outreach ako ng 50 to 100 prospects. Do it daily. And I'm sure in a month, meron ka ng clients. Kasi in the long run, like yung ginagawa namin ngayon, nagpo-provide kaming content before we outreach clients using Facebook and other social media channels, but ngayon hindi na. So yung nangyayari ngayon, yung mga prospect na talaga yung kumokontak sa amin. Kasi we already built the brand, no? Nag-speak na ako sa international, ganon. So people come to our website asking questions about how to start, no? Doing discovery call sa social media din. So yeah, build content all the time, no? If you're willing to fail, then that's good for you. Lastly, have a mentor, no? Kapag nahihirapan ka, ando na yung mentor na yon, natutulong talaga sa'yo, hindi ka talaga mawawala. But follow talaga kung ano yung mga sinasabi niya sa training. Kasi ginawa na yan before and nagkamali na siya. So right now, I'm sure mag-work na din yun. Patience din, no? Kasi yung SEO, iti-test mo siya if nag-work or hindi.
Yeah.
No? Kasi sinabi to ni Sir Kirk sa akin, pero wala akong result. Hindi ibig sabihin na mali ako. But you need to be patient kasi si SEO, parang mga, sorry to say para yung mga partners natin, yan sometimes unpredictable, sometimes pa ibang isip. So hindi natin alam kailan ka magkaka-result. Meron pa nga yung mga kasabihan na, pinipraise mo si Google para mag-rank ka, please Google. Kasi pinalo ko na lahat, hindi pa rin ako nagkaka-result. Like Facebook, di ba? Even though we follow the strategy, hindi nag-work yung strategy, lipat na naman tayo and do it consistent. No? Curious tayo sa mga changes kasi si Google, meron siyang mga algorithm na paiba-iba. Like ngayon, meron namang algorithm na ganito. Pag may mga changes sila, we know how to change our strategy as well. Yung niche din, no? Follow kayo sa sinabi ko kanina, niche down kayo sa Facebook or other social media nyo. But sa Upwork mo, focus ka sa general na wide range para pwede ka kapag-apply sa lahat ng mga job posting na related sa SEO. And then, yeah, start learning and doing. Huwag kang hintay na magiging expert muna ko sa SEO before I apply for a job posting. Yun nga, first client ko, sinabi ko pa, hire me because I'm an expert. For 1 month, yun yung ginawa ko, yung sinabi ko kanina na 1 month ako nag-apply. Yung ko lang doon sa cover, hire me because I'm an expert. Even though I don't have any experience in SEO, confidence lang talaga yung meron that time. I guess that's also the reason why walang nag-reply sa akin. And then, I build a resume. Nung nag-apply na I build my portfolio doon na pwede kang magtrabaho muna for free sa mga friends, colleagues mo para may portfolio ka or testimonial ka kasi magamit mo yan, di ba? And then, website. So, kasi pag may website ka, professional yung dating eh. They can buy from your service papunta sa website mo. Makita nila doon yung offer mo and everything. Sa SEO kasi malaki siya, di ba? So, pwede kang mag-offer ng hourly rate, pwede kang mag-offer ng fixed rate, pwede kang mag-offer ng individual service like on-page, isa-isahin mo yan, on-page technical link building content. Pwede yon. So, marami kang ways paano kakikita.
Yeah, I do. Thank you so much talaga, Kurt. You know what? Sa kadami-dami mong na-share ng mga valuable inputs para sa aming lahat, one thing talaga na nagustuhan ko and gusto ko talagang ma-apply agad is join a community kung saan mo gusto yung makita mo yung self mo na nandun ka. So, I think that is very, very helpful talaga if you are an aspiring because a lot
Totoo.
of these people, like willing silang mag-learn, hindi lang sila maka-move forward kasi wala silang mapagtanungan. But if
Yes.
you're going to join a community, it would be helpful na mag-push through ka pa rin kahit meron kang mga challenges na nakikita along the way while learning na maging SEO, di ba? Thank you so much talaga, Kurt. I would put all of the details na pwede ka nilang ma-communicate, ma-contact yung community mo. I'm going to join that as well, for sure. And thank you so much. Do you have anything ba na gusto sabihin?
Yeah, I guess that would be all, no? So, guys, follow nyo ako dun sa The Orange Guy na page sa Facebook kasi dun ako mag-add ng mga content, daily content. Tapos sa community namin na School of Profits.academy, I'm adding content din doon every week. Kasi coach, that's a way on how to make money online, hindi lang siya sa SEO. But basta legit lang na pamamaraan to make money online. Yeah, marami kaming video ilalabas doon. Kasi future goal namin, coach, is to build a school talaga sa lugar namin. Like yung pwede mong puntahan na school na makapag-enroll ka. Kasi karamihan kasi, coach, is after nilang mag-graduate, di ba, pupunta sa abroad, pupunta sa ibang lugar kasi andun yung opportunity. How about dito? Marami din kasi dito sa lugar namin na undergrad or mga standby or mga graduate pero walang trabaho. Yung isang goal is after kong mag-graduate, doon ako mag-school talaga. Or undergrad ka, mag-school ako doon para matuto ako to make money online and then marami akong matutulungan. Yun yung isang goal namin, so that's why we build the community and it's free, guys. So, yun lang muna for now. Yeah, join kayo doon kasi magre-reply ako sa inyo personally, di ba? Mahal yung mga coaching ngayon, but dito, libre lang, di ba?
Yeah. Thank you talaga. I'm so inspired sa'yo, Barna. You want to build a school to learn how to make money online. Because wala pang ganyan. Lahat mga mostly online, mga paid courses lang. Pero wala talagang literally school na pwede lang pumunta. Which is, I think that would be so effective. Like, personal ba? Ako, di ba, mas dahil siya?
Totoo, coach. Kasi din, coach, yeah, starting 2019, yung ginagawa ko is nagtuturo ko international yung mga students ko. US, Australia, Canada, Philippines, Bangladesh. So, English din. And hindi ko siya gusto yung ginagawa ko. Kasi nag-English pa ako, tapos nag-prepare pa ako ng ganitong mga strategies, mga ganun, para sa kanila. And hindi ko siya gusto yung ginagawa ko. Honestly lang talaga. Kasi ba't pupunta pa ako doon? Andito naman tayo sa Pilipinas. But dapat magtuturo ako ng mga Pinoy. So, doon ko nakuha yung, yung concept ko talaga. Kasi, coach, every year, I started 2019, nag-isip na naman ako, ba't ko ito ginagawa? Ba't ko ito ginagawa? Kasi andun yung pera, mas marami talaga yung ma-invest ng mga kanu sa'yo. If you do coaching international, if mag-sell ka ng course sa kanila, mas maganda, mas malaki yung pera doon. That's why I do it as well. And then, last year, I do discovery, like yung mga clarity, personal development, self-motivation, mga ganon. So, doon ko talaga na-realize na, okay, I need to stop doing it anymore because I don't like what I'm doing. So, I stopped. That's why, this month lang, I started building the community kasi ito yung gusto ko eh. Like, even kahapon, nag-live ako, konti lang yung nanonood sa akin. Mas nagustuhan ko siya. Kasi, yun nga, sinabi ko kanina, why help other people? Andito sa Pilipinas, marami pang walang kinikita, marami pang hindi alam yung gagawin. So, at least dito, it's your people and mafe-feel mo talaga pag tutulong ka. So, ayun, ginawa ko yung community na yon to build value, no? Wala akong binibenta doon ngayon. So, then ngayon, nagustuhan ko na yung mga ginagawa ko.
Nakaka-relate ako sa'yo nung sinabi mo na, you know what, there's money in there, like teaching other people sa ibang bansa. Pero iba talaga yung, if it na tuturuan mo is kapwa ka-Pinoy mo, na alam mong nangangailangan din ng tulong when it comes to this kind of knowledge. Yung ganun ba? Yung fulfillment, satisfaction.
Yes, totoo. Doon ko na, coach, hindi mo kakilala si Coach Josh Juston? Yung taga Davao yun eh.
Yeah.
O yun, doon ko na-realize talaga na, yeah, I need this. So, yun din ang rason na nakapag-realize ako. Pero last year pa yun so it take me a year pa bago ko nasimulan to. For me kasi, coach, hindi na to about or getting money, Yeah. Hindi to about sa pera-pera. Tapos na ako doon, long time na nagbibenta pa ako ng mga courses couple of years ago. Kasi right now, I have an agency. So, I don't need money coming from courses or sa mga ganyan. But, it's pure value talaga. Yung value ko talaga na gustong makuha, So, ayun, right now, ang ganda sa feeling, yung kung gusto mo talaga yung ginagawa mo, fulfilling talaga siya. Ayun, and thank you, Coach, for listening.
Like, it's more on the purpose of life na. It's not just for money. Yeah, I totally get it. But anyway, thank you so much and salamat sa maraming values. Marami kaming natutunan ngayon sa talk mo and nai-inspire din kami sa journey mo. And yeah, thank you so much. Please comment below if you have any questions with regards to SEO or even getting clients or how to make money online. You can just always join the community of Kurt. Lalagyan namin ang link lahat below. So yeah, thank you so much, Kurt.
Thank you so much, Coach Britzy. Appreciate your time as well. Bisita ka dito. Bisita ka diri.
Yeah,
Visit ka sa Surigao.
Wala ka, Jugo. Wala ka. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.